And of course, we're diving in again. CoinWins back again. Look, we've been talking a lot about things like OpenClaw, of course, AI agents, of course, Bitcoin at these prices and what it means. So check out this video because I talk about my danger line and what I anticipate to come next. But we're going to continue. I'm going to show you guys exactly how to make money using these AI agents, these assistants, okay? Let's dive right in. There's a new platform called RentAHuman. Okay, let's keep it simple, right? AI can touch grass, you cannot. So you can get paid when agents need someone in the real world. So what does that mean? Let's give you a quick example. Imagine you have an agent that is good at creating some type of, let's say, posters, media, campaigns, but they need a human to actually go and print them, and they need a set of people, a team, an army to go and campaign, post them up the billboards all around town for an upcoming concert or some type of conference. That is how you use RentAHuman. Now, there are so many other ways. You will see some absurd ways. I'm not even going to dive in. You guys can find them yourselves. I'm sure you could think about it and come up with some ideas. But there are so many ways you can imagine in the physical world that you could help an agent do something. It could be deliveries. It could be a whole new system of delivering food, of picking people up for services, for like taxi services. Guys, use your imaginations. I just gave you a few ideas. Dive in and figure it out a little bit more. Now, join, of course, BlendsGroup right here. It's super simple. I'm just giving you guys a quick preview, right? Dive in. You get access to all of our apps, and this list is growing because if you've been watching the channel more and more, you'll notice that this list is growing, right? Here's a breakdown of what we do in this group. And of course, I'm telling the people in the group this stuff very early. We're finding it on our weekly calls. We're diving in. So the entry price is free. Check it out. All right. Now we're going to talk a little bit more about Base as well, right? So Base, the reason why I talk about Base so much is because it is so legit. It is probably, likely, and maybe even definitely the most legitimate, let's say, chain around, okay? Consumer chain. And more than that, Coinbase is the most legitimate crypto company, blockchain-based company in the world at this point. Okay, their ties to the US government and the financial system, it's too crazy. And of course, the app is really useful. Okay, the app is got a bit of social media, of course, provided by Zora. All right, so for those of you who are into Zora, that's the place to be, and it just kind of gives a different taste to this on-chain experience through a mobile app that is actually kind of friendly in a way, Of course, there's also Bankr. This is a huge part of what we're talking about today because Bankr is, agents that fund themselves. Agents can interact. You can communicate with plain text to your agent and ask it to, let's just say, buy this or sell this or do XYZ, right? And of course, BankrBot is integrated within the Base app. So the reason why I'm sharing this is because it is so deeply connected. Okay, there's another project I want to show, but a lot of this is because of Claude Code. You guys are familiar with Claude Code, I'm sure, right? We use a lot of AI. Claude Code is where a lot of this is coming from. And that's why you see, this, OpenClaw, as we've been talking about on the channel for a little while. And I'm trying to share this with you guys as quickly as possible. Sometimes it's tough to get these out. So of course, join the group and make it easier for us to just share this information and explore together. But essentially, OpenClaw is something that you can use to create self-hosted AI assistants. Simple. Get a PC, get a small, it could be a Raspberry Pi, it could be a new laptop, it could be, a Mac Mini, go for it, right? And of course, we've been talking about X402 payments. This is the internet native payment protocol. It's right there. We've been seeing 404 errors and this and that. The website can't be found, the URL can't be found. Well, how about 402 errors? As in a payment is required, a payment's required. You're going to see 402 payments or 402 errors or calls way more often than you could ever imagine. Going forward, it's going to be super simple and you're going to be able to make your bots communicate directly with one another, right? So whether you're using Bankr or you're using, through OpenClaw, running on your computer, running on some set of computers as your agent fleet, you're going to be using X402, and it's likely going to be happening on Base, because right now this is where the energy is flowing. Of course, many blockchains are going to do this, but I'm telling you right now, Base is the place for this legitimacy and for the reach that it has. I definitely recommend you guys check out CoinWins as well. CoinWins.app. Check out the app. It is a framework. It's a bit of education. It's a bit of a game. So it's definitely a framework, and you'll understand why this stuff is so relevant. Okay, I'm going to show you something else. This is also a new thing. Okay, so look, are you a human? You can browse quests, find work, send direct messages, quest givers using Base app or the World app. Okay, we'll talk more about that as well. Just message the address of the Molt. So what are the agents that you're using? You have private messaging for these agents now using Moltline. It's very fascinating. These are little pieces that are coming together. I don't know if it's the year of the lobster. I'm not really sure, but all of these little pieces are coming together to form a new experience on chain. And it's going to bring people from around the world together who have no business on blockchains, in the sense that they don't even realize that they're on blockchains. They may not even realize that they're using AI assisted tools. Okay, let's look finally at the Ethereum chart. Okay, I see a level on this chart that I've been waiting for so long, and we finally hit that point. Now, to me, the 21, 23-ish range has always been reasonable for Ethereum, but I see that it's possible that we can go even lower. So I'm just saying, this is my area of interest right here. Okay, the daily area of interest was not the time. Why? For many reasons. When I look at Bitcoin's price, I said to myself, 74 is my point. As you guys know, I've been saying 74 probably for months before it actually got there. And I'm saying probably, I know for sure, for months. Now, this chart is absolutely crazy because I was, touching it up last night and looking at stuff. So let's look at a cleaner chart, right? Now, my areas of interest are definitely down below, and we're still in there. We're really in my 1 week area of interest. So at this point in time, I'm looking for signs of a reversal, but I will let you know that I also have other areas of interest down in the 63,000 range and maybe even the 69,000 range, which is right around here. That's why I've got my alert set here. So I do anticipate price will go down that far. I can honestly say I would anticipate that price goes down that far, right? So look, you see my levels, you see the drops that I'm seeing. I see one drop over here, a daily drop. Okay, there's a bit of a retrace, and I'm looking at another daily drop. All right, and if we get that drop, as you see, I've got my little drawing squiggles here as the plan. I'm anticipating some type of move around the 12th of February. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know. Of course, I don't know. Maybe this line comes even further down, and maybe this is the bottom here. But so far, it doesn't necessarily look like this drop is complete. That 1, 2, 3, it's possible. It's possible that this was the bottom, but I haven't seen a strong push out yet. And I would check on the 4-hour time frame, the 1 hour, the 15-minute, and then essentially the 5. All right. So I hope you guys caught this, and I hope this video was super useful to you. All right. It's fascinating how one small change can turn into something much bigger, creating way more opportunities for us. Okay. AI has opened up doors and it closed some minds at the same time. But if you stick with it and you actually seek value, you're going to actually come out on top. So as I always say, let's win together. All the best. Take it easy.